A wonderful day to you, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update. My name is Abib Kuranga. This is the show where we bring to you the latest and trending stories in the world of sports. Real Madrid are set to battle it out against Borussia Dortmund in the final of the UEFA Champions League. Ahead of the 2024-25 season, there have been major managerial shakeups among some top clubs in Europe. How is this going to affect this club going into the new season? These are some of the topics we shall be taking a look at right here. Do sit back, relax, and enjoy, because this is the Complete Sports Updates. Joining me on today's episode is James Aguribi, and together we shall be taking you through the rounds as far as sporting stories in today's episode is concerned. Welcome back to the show, James.
Thank you very much, Abby.
Yes, sir. The UEFA Champions League final is upon us, and we are going to witness the battle of the Spanish and also the Germans on Saturday at Wembley. Real Madrid, the 14th-time champion, against the one-time champion in Borussia Dortmund. How do you see this game panning out at the end of the day?
Well, going to the game, we all want to believe that Real Madrid will go in as favorites, because of their history when it comes to playing in the Champions League final. The last time they lost the final was way back in 1981 against Liverpool. Since then, they've gone on to win like more than 5 finals. So
8 now.
Yeah, so 8 straight finals. So going to this game, on paper, you want to give it to them, because of the experience. They still have the guys who've been doing it for them, coupled with a few new faces there, but that tradition has always been there. But this is the final, and anything can happen. Dortmund, they are former champions, 1997. Yes. They played in the final again in 2013. So at least they have something, to hold on to, as former champions too, But like I said, on paper, you want to give it to Real Madrid. You also nobody gave them a chance, because one thing about Real Madrid is they can start poorly, but by the time they get to the quarterfinals, semi-final, then you begin to know that this team means business. So for me, it's going to be a 5-star encounter. It's going to be very tough, but you still want, on paper, like I said, you still want to give it to Real Madrid because of their history, experience when it comes to playing in the Champions League. I keep saying the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League, So a good one for Dortmund, because nobody gave them a chance at all to get this far, but they shocked everybody. Now they're in the final. So hopefully they are going to at least win their first Champions League since 1997.
Yeah, I think it's almost reminiscent of their journey in the 2012-13 season, when they also played the final against Bayern Munich in this same Wembley Stadium,
exactly.
While Jurgen Klopp was actually their gaffer. You can actually say the same. And do you think it's going to be more like a deja vu for this Borussia Dortmund side? Although it's only 2 players that are left. Then till now, I think it's Mats Hummels as well as Marco Reus.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 players that are left in that squad that played the final against Bayern Munich. So do you think Dortmund really have that chance, to somewhat, muster a win? We also how Atalanta really, played out and defeated the unbeatable and the undefeated Bayer Leverkusen, courtesy of Ademola Lookman's hat-trick. Do you think something of sorts can actually happen on Saturday?
Yeah, in football, you never can say never. Anything can happen. Even the Dortmund team that won it in 1997, they played against a very talented Juventus side, and they won 3-1. So it's something they've been there before. They've done that. If they can take inspiration from that team that went into that final as underdogs, they've never won it before. Back then, they came up against 2-time champions then, and current reigning champions then, Juventus, and they won 3-1. So who says they cannot do it? But going to this game, they'll always be a favorite, and they're always going to be underdogs. So in this case now, they are the underdogs going to this final, and it is well understood. So I think it kind of take away certain form of pressure, going into this final. So going into the final as underdogs, even if you lose, it is expected, because you are playing against Real Madrid. Everybody expects Real Madrid to win, but as it is, I think they don't have anything to lose. They just go in, enjoy themselves, play their game, and it's not as if they're going to the final wanting not to win. But I think realistically, you want to give it to Real Madrid. But who says Dortmund cannot shock them? Because nobody gave them a chance against Paris Saint-Germain. They did it over 2 legs, and now is the stadium, Wembley Stadium, where they lost in 2013. They can also do it, but like I said, realistically, Real Madrid are the favorites.
Yes, definitely Real Madrid are the overwhelming favorites. So viewers, you have to make a Saturday a date as you witness a battle between the European giants, that's Real Madrid, and also Borussia Dortmund, and may the best team win the encounter over there. So James, before the 2023-24 season, which was the just concluded season, you might want to say that maybe you see it coming, but to be honest with you, the majority of people didn't see it coming. So many top clubs, let me just say, top clubs actually relieving their managers ahead of the new season. I bet you can't even want to say that you really see that coming. Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp, almost 9 years at the helm of affairs, and he said that he would be stepping down. I think that was in January. Also Barcelona sacking Xavi Hernandez after a rescind of a decision which Laporta actually said that he's going to remain as the Barcelona manager, but unfortunately he was let go. Also Chelsea sacking Mauricio Pochettino after just one season at the helm of affairs, and potentially Manchester United might also relieve Erik ten Hag of his managerial duties. So how do you see this going into the next season? Most especially these teams that have already relieved their managers of their duties. Do you think it's going to be somewhat of pressure to the next managers that are going to take over from these managers that have already been sacked or resigned from their duties?
Well, it's not going to be easy. Most especially teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, it's going to be very tough. Because somebody coming into such a big club, and the expectation will be very high. The one that I'm a bit surprised is that of Chelsea, because I find they didn't really do well this season, but nobody expected them to get a European place qualification.
Yes.
They were so close to getting a Europa League qualification. Unfortunately, yes. Manchester United won and they had to drop to Europa. So I think they deemed it as failure for them, by their standard. They shouldn't be playing in the top tier UEFA competition, yes, which they found themselves. So I think they should have allowed Pochettino to still stay, because there are glimpses of improvement. Towards the tail end of the season, we saw that they were picking up wins here, and then certain players were coming to the party. But that's Chelsea for you. The iron on the fire. For that of Liverpool, Klopp already said it that he is leaving, and he has done it, he has seen it all, won it all, so there's nothing again for him to prove. So it's now left for the new coach coming in, because he's going to step into a very big shoe. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I don't envy him. It's going to be very, very tough for him, because Liverpool is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and the expectation will be very high for him. Good thing that clubs like Arsenal, they still retain Arteta. Arteta is getting very, very close, very, very close now to the title. I won't be surprised if at the end of next season Arsenal eventually wins it. Because they were just so unlucky, especially in this season. Manchester City still have Pep Guardiola, so they have the advantage there too. Spurs, let's look at what will happen in the next season. This season they started well. They faded away. So they still have their coach. I believe you would have learned one or two things. I think the coach, for all in all, the teams that they still have their coaches, I think they will have that edge going into the next season. Compared to those who now have to hire new hands, and before you now come in, get new players, new strategy, new formations. How the players will now cope with all these new ideas. It's going to be a bit difficult, but let's wait and see. We've seen new coaches come to new terrain, and they go ahead to do something.
Yes,
Mourinho did it with Chelsea, Ancelotti did it with Chelsea, Conte did it with Chelsea. So not ruling that out, but let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Yes, definitely. So what about Barcelona? With Xavi relieved of his duties, and do you think it's going to be an advantage to Real Madrid, although they've already it's yet to be confirmed, Hansi Flick to Barcelona, and it's most likely that he is going to be the one recruited to lead the affairs at Barcelona. So do you think it's going to be difficult for him, looking at the fact that Barcelona are currently struggling financially, and they might not have that financial power to to outmuscle their rivals in terms of signing quality players to challenge Real Madrid in the next coming season.
Well, Hansi Flick, that's he's not yet confirmed, just like what you said, but this is somebody that's experienced, former German national team coach, won the Champions League with Bayern Munich, did the treble with them, so he has an idea of what it's like to handle a big club, but he is working into a club that is there's kind of little crisis going on, so you need that experienced hand to go in there and do something. But I think it's still advantage Real Madrid because you still have Carlo Ancelotti, so everything is except for Toni Kroos that is going. I think they still retain a bulk of their players. So going into the next season, I think Barcelona might still have to play second fiddle because Real Madrid, like I said, they are still intact. The coach is still there. Hansi Flick, we also had it handed for him as Germany manager. It wasn't that good. So let's just see what happens. Maybe you'll be the one that come and change their fortune, but I don't know if he's going into such a big club like Barcelona with all the things that are happening, and look at the way even their legend was kicked out. So if they can do that to their legend, I don't think they are going to wait too long. If the result don't start coming in, I don't think they are going to wait that too long before they show Hansi Flick the door.
So definitely those were the words of James Agberobi, and we wish the clubs that have made some changes as far as their managerial positions is concerned, we wish them the very best into the next coming season. So viewers, this is where we'll be wrapping things up as far as today's episode is concerned. Thank you very much, James, for the wonderful and insightful analysis. So viewers, do take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.